in Georgia. I'm kind of bypassing Athens right now. I think I said this earlier, but I'm going down to Douglas, Georgia, to the same Walmart, ironically, the same Walmart that I delivered at on a regular basis with my last job. And well, because I was coming from Greenville, I figured the best way to get down here would be to take US 29 to US 441, but because of the hour, the time of day that it is, Google Maps offered me a suggestion, and I decided to take up the offer and take a little bypass around Athens, because, you know, US 29 and 441, they both go through Athens. And well, Athens is a pretty wow. Let's speak English. How about that? It's a pretty busy city, especially in the afternoon. So I decided to jump on this other Georgia highway. It's called 98, and it's taken me to Georgia Highway 22, if I can get on it down here. Now I'm in a city right now. I don't know what this is. I don't think it's Elberton. I saw some signs for Elberton, but I don't think that's what this is. I don't have the faintest clue what city this is, but it's gonna involve making a left turn at this intersection. Which is fine. It's a nice wide intersection. Then it's gonna be an immediate right turn onto 22. So yeah, if you look, there's a sign right there, Elberton. So this isn't Elberton, but this road right here, it'll take you to Elberton. Okay, and then where that log truck is, that's where I have to turn. Highway 22 is a pretty cool highway. It's actually going to end up taking us down through Greenville, which is a small city that's east of Madison, Georgia. And then it's going to take us down into Eatonton, Georgia, before we jump on US 441. So it's a pretty big bypass, but I figured that I'd be better off going through these small cities than trying to go through Athens and Watkinsville and what's that other, Madison. There's another city that you got to go through with traffic. So yeah, I just figured this would be the better option. So yeah, it's not going to be too much longer. We're going to cross over Interstate 20. I like it out here. In fact, on my last job, I tried to get out on these roads as much as I could. I tried to stay on these roads and stay off the interstate. And a lot of times I was actually able to pull it off, and you know, they didn't mind the fact that I took back roads. I think I was the only truck driver there that did stuff like that. And they thought it was weird. You know, they thought I was weird. I prefer the word eccentric, but they thought I was weird, but they didn't really care. You know, though it would take me longer under some circumstances to get the job done, a lot of times it would actually be a shorter distance. And because I got paid mileage, I think they kind of like the fact that sometimes some of these shortcuts I was taking would actually cut down some on the mileage. But shoot, if it were up to me, I would stay on the highways and stay off of the interstate. I just prefer looking at this a lot more than looking at the interstate, you know? Okay guys, I know you can't see jack, but I just wanted to show you right here where Highway 22 comes together with US 78. This is going to be an interesting left turn right here. It's like a pretty busy road. Thank you, friend. Now what I need to do is find a good truck stop, preferably off of US 441. I was really hoping I'd make it all the way down there to Douglas, because there's a truck stop in Douglas. But I don't think that's gonna happen. All right, now I'm looking for the intersection where Highway 22 is gonna turn to the right. Look at that church. That's pretty cool. It's a cool looking building. I need to try to get as close as I can, because I've already got another load in the works. After I deliver tomorrow morning, I gotta, you know, quickly get back to it. So another reason why I don't want to tarp this load is because apparently I got another one I gotta get right on in the morning. So it shouldn't be very far before we make this right turn. Yep, it's right here actually. Right here. Highway 22 veers off to the south just here. And like I said, I believe this is going to take us through Greenville, and then, you know, not long after, we might have to actually cross over, what is that, Lake Oconee, if my memory serves me. And then we'll be headed down into Eatonton just before we jump on US 441. Sparta, I just saw a sign for Sparta. You guys remember that city? Like the OG viewers of my channel? Remember when I took you through Sparta on my last job? Hell, we might drop through Sparta today, I don't know. Sometimes you get real lucky and you might just have a freaking hole in the wall truck stop just pop up on the side of one of these highways that you don't know about. But I'm not gonna gamble with that today. I've got to figure out a good place to stop. And Douglas it's so far down there that it's pretty much considered South Georgia. I mean, pretty much. Hell, it might even be down as far south as Albany, as far as I know. Okay guys, I told you wrong. So we're not going to be going through Eatonton. I think we are going to go through Sparta, actually. And this highway we're crossing over here, 44, that's the highway that goes through Greensville, or is it might be Greensboro, I can't remember. I get those two mixed up. Anyway, there's that highway back there, Highway 44, that goes through what I think is Greensboro, and it goes through Eatonton. That's going out of the way, so we're not going to go that way. We're going to stay on 22. You see how I got them mixed up? 22 and 44. Yeah. So we're just gonna keep going south on 22, which I think it's, even though if you look at my compass, it says we're going south, but it says we're going west on the road sign for the highway, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna end up going through Sparta. We're gonna jump on what looks like Highway 15, and we're actually gonna come out, sorry about the sun, it's killer. We're actually gonna come out on the east side of Milledgeville. So that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna get to 441 like that. Guys, we're finally crossing over I-20. Finally. And there's a truck stop right here. Too bad I can't stop at it. It's way too far away. Yeah, that's where this truck's going. Tell you what though, I do need to stop. I'm gonna check my straps real quick at this truck stop. Says you have to buy fuel to park there, to park here. Well, I'm just gonna be a minute, so I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll pull through the pumps and act like I pump fuel. I'm just trying to make this real quick. This is a little secret spot. Had somebody just give me a comment or leave me a comment telling me, hey, don't be giving away all those secret spots. I saw one of those straps flapping around back there, so I'm gonna just get out real quick and tighten it up and then get my butt back on the road. I need to hurry up. All still pretty tight. All right, I just wanted to make sure. Ain't got no time to waste. So anyway, God, I can't even remember the names of the cities he gave me, but he basically said that I'm gonna be heading right back up there to the Greenville area after I pick up tomorrow for a Friday morning delivery. So I don't think it's gonna take that long to get this stuff unloaded tomorrow morning at Walmart. So Jesus is coming, repent. I've been seeing a lot of those signs lately. You know what I think about that? I don't even think they understand what the word repent means. That's what I think. Religion will tell you that repent means turn and go in the other direction. Stop doing what you're doing. But do you guys know that the original word repent, as it is written in the Greek New Testament, is the word metanoia. It's a Greek word. And it doesn't mean turn and go in the other direction. It means change the way you think. It means change the way you think. I don't think they know that. I know that was really random, but I saw the sign and it just got me to thinking about that. So, in other words, all I'm really saying is that I think that, you know, to put signs all over the place saying Jesus is coming, repent, is very religious. It's a very religious thing to do. But if you really understand, if you truly understand what the gospel is, there's nothing religious about the gospel at all. And the whole point to the good news, the gospel, is that it's already been done, it's already been taken care of, and you're already forgiven. I've never said that before, I just wanted to say that. And see, that's why you should repent. It's not so that you can become a better person and make it into heaven. It's so you can realize that you're already covered. You can't screw it up. That's really good news, right? That's news that's good enough to cause you to metanoia, change the way you think. That makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? On this trip series, I've covered the political realm by telling you guys what I think about complete lunatics that put flags in their front yard with Donald Trump's face on it, and also covered over some of the religious arena, telling you that I think that the people that put the, you know, repent, Jesus is coming signs all over the place, kind of being a little bit confused. Like, you can do anything to save yourself at all. You can't. And that's a good thing. It's not up to you. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, I think I covered a lot of ground. And I can't help but, man, that's really pretty when in the sunlight like that. I can't help but to contemplate on some of the extremely high-strung individuals that I encountered throughout my journey of everyday life, and some people are just absolutely miserable, and they will not be satisfied until they make everybody around them as miserable as they are. And hell, they won't even be satisfied if they get that far, because that's not how you become satisfied. But they think that's how you become satisfied, so they're hell-bent on doing that. And, you know, just staring down their nose at everybody else. You know, you guys know what I'm talking about. I've encountered that a lot, especially here recently. I've encountered that a lot. And the only thing I can say about it is, well, I think it has a lot to do with politics and religion. Those are the two sources that I blame that cause people to behave like that. But yeah, I'm gonna have to make another video, kind of like the one I made called Getting Existential and Ontological on 441. I happen to think that was one of my best videos ever that I ever made. And the people that found it and actually watched it, they happen to like it too, so that's awesome. if you haven't checked it out and you've got about 2.5 hours to spare of just looking at this and listening to my voice, you should check that video out, because it's a very positive video, I think. Man, look at where we are. Jeez, never mind. Good grief, man. Second day in a row this is happening to me. All right. Yeah, you can practically hear the banjos on the front porch around here. Okay, so we're coming into Sparta now. That was pretty cool. Never made my way into Sparta from that direction before, so that was pretty cool. Now, if you guys didn't happen to catch one of my early videos called "This is an Awesome Georgia Backroad Route," then don't worry, you're gonna see Sparta. Even though I laid it out for you, I think, fairly well in that particular video. And it's just an interesting place to look at. If you like history, if you're real big on like the Civil War, this is an interesting town to look at. But since I already explained the situation with the town, I'm not going to give you the history on the town in this video, but we'll get to look at it, and the square is up here. We'll actually get to see it from the proper angle this time. We didn't really get to see the courthouse in that other video. I mean, we saw it, but we didn't see it like coming into town. There it is right there. It's pretty impressive. What do you guys think? Pretty cool, huh? There's their police department. Okay, now we're gonna stay on 22. And like I said, we're gonna come in to Milledgeville from the east side. Hell, we might even drive through Milledgeville. I wasn't planning any of this, you guys. I didn't intend on doing this, but I might as well get it. You know, it's pretty cool. It's all pretty cool historical stuff, and I feel like I don't usually get the opportunity to film stuff like this anymore. So if this kind of stuff bores you to tears, well, maybe come check out my next video. But get a load of that. Awesome. Okay guys, we're not there yet, but yeah, I was saying we might go through Milledgeville. Well, for the sake of the video, that would be cool to do, but for the sake of time, I'm actually not going to do that. I'm going to bypass, and there is a bypass on the west side of Milledgeville, and that's 441. But because we're coming in from the east side, there's no like official bypass on the east side. So normally what you would do is just stay on Highway 22, go straight through Milledgeville, and 441's right out on the other side, on the west side. But because I want to try to cut time a little bit and not have to sit through a bunch of traffic lights, I'm gonna jump on Highway 24, which, like I said, it's like an unofficial bypass, and it only, you know, covers the southeast side of the city. As far as it'll only bypass the southeast side of the city of Milledgeville, and so that's what I'm gonna do. And I know you can't see anything. I know it's getting dark, so you're starting to not be able to see anything, but reason why I'm bringing all of it up and mentioning it is because when you go down Highway 24, there's something else. Even though you don't get to see the city of Milledgeville, there's something else off of that highway that you do get to see that's pretty interesting, and that is the old abandoned asylum, Central State Hospital. It's a pretty creepy, eerie place. I'll try to get it for you guys. Hopefully it doesn't get dark, like real dark, before we get there. We're not that far away, but yeah. I'm gonna have to fix my camera, change the settings on it so it'll pick up a little bit better in this low light, but we'll be there. I'll show it to you in just a minute when we get down there. Okay guys, I hope you can see a little bit better now. I'm hoping that the camera's picking some of this up, at least. I was wrong. I made a slight error. I wasn't wrong about Highway 24 bypassing Milledgeville. It does. But I was wrong about my statement in saying that the hospital is off of Highway 24. Central State Hospital, it's not. It's off of Highway 112. So I just kept going, and decided not to get on 24, but instead to get a little bit closer to the city here. And I'm gonna turn left on Georgia 112 down here. It's actually the next intersection. And we'll take a look at the hospital. Take a good look at it. Hopefully, like I said, you can see it. And if you're interested in hearing more about it or looking more at it, I do have a couple of videos on it where I actually went there on my main channel. If you want to check them out, just in case you do, I'll leave the links in the description of this video. I'm not trying to upsell you on my content, but I like interesting things. So if you're interested in taking a closer look at the place, you could check out either my videos or one of the many videos on YouTube about the place. It was actually a very famous hospital. It was one of the first in the nation, and what they called it was these terms are no longer proper, and this isn't what I called it, but this is what they called it back in the day: a lunatic, idiot, epileptic asylum. and it was actually the biggest mental hospital in the entire country for a long time. And it got shut down. I can't remember when it got shut down, either the 70s or the 80s, because of all the malpractice and everything. Just like every other mental hospital, it's got a very similar story. But yeah, it's here in Milledgeville. And I'm telling you guys, if it weren't for all this traffic, I would just keep going this way and show you the rest of the city, because it's really cool. Another thing about Milledgeville is that it was the original capital of Georgia before Atlanta and before Macon. Macon was the capital for a little while. But the original Capitol building is still here. It's right down there. Green arrow, come on, thank you. And this is one of those things where, you know, what I'm doing, coming through here in this truck, it's not illegal. It's not against the rules, but it is kind of frowned upon because there are better ways to go. But there's nothing saying I can't go this way. This city, Milledgeville, it's a pretty cool city, pretty happening spot. It's a real shame, you know, the terms that took place in order for it to become what it is. I mean, it's this land right here. It was pretty important to, you know, indigenous people that were here first, and they got their land taken from them and they got ran out. But other than that, I mean, it's a pretty cool historical place. But that's pretty common with most of the cities in Georgia, like the big cities. Yeah, and it's just a little bit too dark, you guys. I got here a little bit too late, I think. So you might have a hard time seeing it. It's getting dark fast now. Yeah, as soon as the sun dropped below the horizon, it got dark on us. I don't know how good this camera's doing in light this low, but I'll try to doctor it up as good as I can. Might be a little bit challenging to make this turn. Never mind. This is Milledgeville, not Atlanta. It's still a busy place though. It really is. Got a lot of people moving out here. Okay, so the hospital is gonna be down here on the right. Now it's a huge complex and it's still partial. I said it was abandoned, but it's still partially being used up to this day by, you know, they use them as like government buildings. I'm not sure, some kind of municipal purposes. But some of the buildings, especially the original ones, are so far gone that they just can't bring them back. But like this whole grounds right here, it's about God, I can't even remember how many acres, just tens of thousands of acres. And it was self-sufficient, had its own power plant, everything. But some of these buildings right here, these used to be wards. And if you take a right on this road and go down there, it'll put you on the center of the grounds. And that's where all the original buildings are. I'll try to throw a picture or two up to show you what some of the original buildings look like. But again, if you want to see more on it, then check out my video, link in the description. It's not really much to look at right now. Really hoping I could come through and with a little bit of daylight, but I just didn't make it. Yeah, here's some more right here. Some of these buildings, I think this one in particular, it's still, that one's not being used, okay? If you look up in some of those windows, you can still see the original curtains that were in the patients' rooms. There's also some abandoned prisons over here. It's just, you go on the grounds and you take a look around. You can't get into any of the buildings. I mean, the place is like crawling with security guards. But you can go up on the property, and as long as you're like walking on the sidewalks and stuff, they're okay with that. You can take pictures and stuff. You just can't trespass and get like anywhere near the buildings, or they'll shoot a brick over it. So yeah, that's Central State Hospital. Very random, I know. Wasn't planning on showing you all this, but it just kind of happened this way. Now, reason why I needed to get on this road other than to show you Central State Hospital is because this is taking us down to that 540 highway, the one I've talked about before, the new highway that connects like Columbus, Georgia with Augusta, Georgia, that they made specifically for commercial traffic. I'm gonna get on that road, and then I'm gonna make my way over there to 441, and that's when I'm gonna start heading south again. But yeah, that's all I got to show you for now. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Morning, guys. I made it to Douglas. I know you're probably curious about what they're gonna say about their untarped load, as am I. So this last little clip here, I'm gonna let you know how this goes and what they have to say about it. But I'm about to pull into the entrance now. Obviously, I'm not gonna be able to like have the camera on my head when I check in at the place, but I do believe, yes, this next light up here is the truck entrance for Walmart, DC. So let me figure out where they need me. I know I'm not like considered general freight or anything. This is all for a construction project. I guess they're expanding the warehouse or something, and they need shelves. So that's what this is all about. Okay. Well, how you like my Bob the Builder hat? So they didn't say anything about the tarps not being, utilized. They didn't say anything about that. So that's pretty cool. Glad I didn't tarp it though. This will be the first one where I decided not to tarp when the consequences were questionable. Because remember, guys, we got three trucks with this company, 3 drivers. Another driver delivered here yesterday, picked up from the same place, and I talked to him, and he was like, well, if you were able to get out of that place without tarping it, then more power to you. He's like, I had to tarp mine, but he showed me a picture of his load. It wasn't nearly as bad as mine. So he tarped his, and he was just like, well, if you can get away with it. I mean, he asked them when he got here, and they were like, yeah, you really should put a tarp on it. But I didn't, and they didn't say anything to me about it. So I was very fortunate because it didn't rain. So all is well. Other than that, I got a lot of footage on this trip. I got a lot of stuff to edit, and I don't have a whole lot of time to edit what I've already got, so this might be where I'm cutting it for this trip series. Covered a lot. Showed you guys some snow up in West Virginia, and covered the whole tarping thing once again a little bit, and then there was this load, and kind of breaking it down to a science. Like I said, I have a lot to edit. I don't even remember everything I got. And then we even got to go on a little adventure on some more back roads. So I enjoyed the drop down here yesterday. I'm going to go right back up. I'm probably going to take a similar route to get back up to Greenville, South Carolina. And I won't film any of that since I got it yesterday, but I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It didn't get questionable or iffy, or no drama happened this time, and that's always a good thing. So yeah, take care, and I'll see you on the next go round. Thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for commenting, thanks for hitting the like button. I really appreciate it, and thanks for subscribing. Even the silent viewers, which I think I got riled up enough in my explanation video that I did, that I posted a couple weeks ago, that even some of the silent viewers, there's a Twitch term for you people that you're called lurkers. You're just lurking in the background. You never say anything, but you're watching. I even got one of them to speak up and talk to me, so awesome. So yeah, keep hitting that like button, keep leaving your comments, keep subscribing. I really appreciate it. Come back and see me next time. All right.